I go through periods in my life where I like to buy the products I use, and there are other times where I'm inspired to create my own. But no matter what I do, I make sure that what I put on my skin is safe and natural. Our skin is the largest organ of the body, and it will absorb whatever we put on it, good or not so good. And I think there's no better way to know what you're putting on your skin than by making the products yourself. In today's video, I'll be sharing simple homemade body care recipes using only natural ingredients. I'm starting off with a body wash. I experimented with several different body wash recipes over the years, and I couldn't ever seem to find one that I truly enjoyed. At least, not until I came up with this one. I like to use the unscented Castile soap by Dr. Bronner's as the base for many of my homemade recipes. They do have scented ones, but I prefer buying this one, and this way I can decide what essential oils I'd like to use depending on what I'm making. So I measure out half a cup of Castile soap, and then I add 1 tablespoon each of almond oil and glycerin. You can substitute the almond oil with any other carrier oil of your choice. I'm just using sweet almond because that's what I had on hand. The glycerin makes this a little bit more moisturizing, but if you don't have any, feel free to leave it out. The fun part of homemade skincare is that you can customize it to fit your needs. So work with whatever you have. I'm going to add 20 drops of lavender essential oil because this is one of my favorite scents. It's so calming and it brings me a sense of peace every time I smell it. Also, I just want to mention that anytime I share a recipe, it's going to be a very small batch. I believe in trying a small amount of the recipe first and then making larger quantities if you like it. Imagine using up all your ingredients for a recipe and then throwing it all away because you didn't like it. It would be a complete waste. So if you like this body wash, I recommend doubling or tripling the measurements to make a larger batch. Now I just transfer this to a glass jar, shake it up, and it's ready to use. I've been exfoliating my body on a more consistent basis, and my go-to body scrub has been this coffee one. Many people use coffee scrubs because caffeine is said to reduce the appearance of cellulite. I personally don't use it for this specific reason. I use it because I simply love the smell of coffee, even though I don't really drink it. Here's a fun fact. I can count on one hand the number of times I have coffee in a year. Is that crazy? Do you drink coffee every day or only once in a while? Let me know in the comments. I like to keep my recipes as simple as possible, so all I do is combine a 1/4 cup of organic coffee grounds with 2 tablespoons of previously melted coconut oil, and that's pretty much it. A simple body scrub that leaves my skin feeling so soft and smooth. When it comes to homemade body care, I prefer body butters over lotions. Homemade lotions are a little bit more complex because you're combining oil and water, so you're going to need emulsifiers. And I value simplicity, so that's why I stick to body butters, which are super easy to make. I set up a makeshift double boiler by bringing about 1 inch of water to a simmer in a small saucepan, and then I place a bowl on top. In this bowl, I melt a 1/4 cup each of shea butter and cocoa butter. They melt very quickly. All it takes is a couple of minutes. Once they've melted, I take the bowl off the heat and I let it cool down for about 5 minutes or just until it reaches room temperature. Then I stir in the almond oil. And like I mentioned earlier, you can substitute almond oil with another carrier oil of your choice, like jojoba, grapeseed. Feel free to use whatever you have. Now I place this in the refrigerator for it to solidify, which is usually about an hour. You don't want it to be rock hard, but you do want it to be on the firm side. So once it reaches that point, you can take it out, and now you can add 20 to 30 drops of your favorite essential oil, and then it's time to whip the mixture until it turns nice and fluffy. You can use a handheld mixer, or if you don't have one, you can also use a fork. I've done it before, it gets the job done, and plus, you also get a nice arm workout in. This body butter feels so luxurious and it's deeply moisturizing. I see making my own skincare as an act of self-love. It's a way of taking care of yourself. And when you use natural ingredients, you're nourishing your skin as well. So I hope you enjoyed these simple homemade recipes. Give this video a thumbs up if you did, and if you enjoy making your own skincare, I'll leave a playlist here full of recipes that I'm sure you'll find very helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.